to 11-month-old Kase Sterling, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Sterling, you are the father. Don't really understand whether you want Kase to be your biological child or whether you don't.
He don't understand nothing.
I do, Jan.
It is uncommon for a guy to declare in paternity court that he wants the child to be his, but Mr. Sterling has acknowledged this desire. However, according to Ms. Harris, he does not want the child to be his. Ms. Harris is in paternity court to prove precisely what, so it is perplexing.
You claim that your 15-year on and off relationship with Mr. Sterling has produced a baby that he is trying to get out of helping raise. You are here to prove paternity and force him to step up. Is that correct?
Correct, Jan.
Relationship on and off for 15 years. These two must have started dating in high school, but it appears to be going poorly at the moment. Although Mr. Sterling does not think he is the child's father and is simply awaiting the results of the DNA test to confirm this, Ms. Harris claims she wants him to take over as the child's biological father.
You say you're not going to raise this baby alone?
Yes, Your Honor. Basically, Mr. Sterling needs to step up and take care of his baby that he knows is his.
Why is Ms. Harris contradicting herself in the same sentence? Ms. Harris first demands that Mr. Sterling take responsibility for the kid they are said to have shared. And a few seconds after Mr. Sterling asserts that it is not his child because Ms. Harris has already informed him of this, Ms. Harris changes her point to state that she wants Mr. Sterling out of her life. Which one is Ms. Harris specifically interested in?
What I'm saying is, I want to understand your doubt. First off, you're saying she's told you point blank you are not Kase's biological father.
Yes.
Ms. Harris raised the possibility that Mr. Sterling is not the biological father of her kid, and he is not considering it. In addition, Mr. Sterling thinks Ms. Harris was dishonest about the pregnancy because the dates of conception do not correspond with their most recent personal moment. Mr. Sterling is right on the money.
Honor.
Thank you.
First of all, they told me the HCG number of the blood test showed that I was between 6 to 8 weeks. When I went to my primary care gynecologist, they confirmed that I was 6 weeks pregnant, and because of my last menstrual period that was on February 1st.
Ms. Harris is attempting to inform the judge that things became somewhat confused, but no one asserted that Mr. Sterling's statement was accurate because he was only attempting to explain to the judge the reasons behind his skepticism. The timing of the pregnancy and Ms. Harris's irate remarks are the main causes of Mr. Sterling's skepticism. When it is her turn, Ms. Harris can give her version of events.
She was 8 months pregnant. She told me that it was another guy who could be the baby's father.
Yes, Ms. Harris, that is not amusing. Ms. Harris is attempting to downplay it by slipping in a few jokes as though the baby's paternity is not important. Even when she was pregnant, Ms. Harris warned Mr. Sterling that a different father might be involved. Any man who genuinely wanted to be there for the child would be devastated by that. But judging by her response in court, Ms. Harris does not appear to be aware of it.
Oh, this other man you were pregnant?
No, because it was not a possibility because I did not have unprotected sex with this man like I did with Chris when I conceived.
So you never
So
told
he didn't tell you that part.
So you did have sex with the other guy, but you used protection?
Yeah.
That's what she says. I don't know.
That's what I did.
2 or 3 weeks? And Ms. Harris continues to shrug her shoulders as if the details of her child's paternity issue do not matter. Ms. Harris stated that she had protected intercourse with the other man, which is why she does not think it is possible. However, Mr. Sterling would not allow those remarks to pass because he thinks Ms. Harris is lying, which is why they are in paternity court today.
Issue is, you don't want to take care of another man's child. You want to know if this child is yours. You don't believe this child is yours.
He don't
Yes,
like
she
responsibility,
lied, man.
Your Honor.
And
No,
Ms. Harris,
lied
you
to
believe
me.
he's avoiding responsibility.
He avoided responsibility. Let me tell you something. Whether my son is or is not his, he don't take care of himself or the one that he knows is his.
Whoa, we can all now see why this has been continuing on and off for 15 years. These two continue to play the rat and cat game and appear to still want one other despite the presence of outsiders. Mr. Sterling disputes Ms. Harris's claim that he just refuses to accept responsibility. He simply does not want to care for the child of another man.
She texted me, and when she texted me, she said, the baby is somebody else's. She said it again. I couldn't believe she told me through a
told
text
you
again.
once.
No, you told me again through a text 4 months
you
later
once.
and told me
And
that
so-
it wasn't mine.
Okay, Ms. Harris claims that despite Mr. Sterling's lack of literacy and his failure to complete high school, she felt confident enough to become pregnant with his child. And the bit about the broken ass? Alright, Ms. Harris. However, Ms. Harris stated that he was no longer the baby's father, which is what Mr. Sterling was attempting attempting to convey. That should be enough to make anyone seriously skeptical. Let us investigate the validity of Mr. Harris's suspicions.
To 11-month-old Kase Sterling. It has been determined by this court, Mr. Sterling, you are the father.
Some males would gladly accept a DNA test to determine whether or not the child is theirs. For reasons that are only known to them, some men would also stop at nothing to avoid having a DNA test performed. Even though Mr. Duran is already in paternity court, he is one of those males who detest the thought of a DNA test.
Say getting pregnant at the age of 17 pushed you into adulthood sooner than you expected. You claim Mr. Duran is denying your 15-month-old son, Ian Duran Jr. You are asking the court to order a paternity test so you can prove he is the father because you're struggling financially to make it on your own.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Duran, you say the court should not order a DNA test because you are 100% sure that you are not Ian Jr.'s father.
They went from being high school sweethearts to disagreeing about the child they supposedly had together. Pathetic. Ms. Foster claims that motherhood forced her to mature earlier than she should have, and she is in court to obtain a DNA test that would establish Mr. Duran's role in creating the child so that he could take charge. Mr. Duran claims that since he is positive he is not the father, he has no interest in having a DNA test.
Has Mr. Duran contributed anything at all for the baby?
No, Your Honor, he has not. I'm a single parent. Maybe once a pair of shoes when he was a little baby, but other than that, I pay for all the expenses, shoes, clothes, car seat, outings, anything you can think of, pretty much done by myself.
And so, Mr. Duran, you haven't helped at all?
No, I haven't. And the simple fact because I haven't helped because I don't want to get too attached to a baby that's not mine.
He has your name.
Yeah, Your Honor, I agree with that. And the reason because he has my name is because I was kind of like pushed to sign a birth certificate.
No, that is not true. We used to talk all the time about, if we have children, like I want my son to have my name.
I want to have my son to have my name.
Your Honor, he is definitely the father of this child.
According to Ms. Foster, being a single mom has been difficult for her. When questioned why he has not been involved in the child's life, Mr. Duran replies that he is not going to become close to a child he knows is not his. It is funny since Mr. Duran claims that is on her because that is not his child, but Ms. Foster claims that the child has his name as requested.
Yeah, like my days are long. I call for the babysitter comes, I get ready for work, wait for the bus to come, get on the bus, go to work, come home, late nights, he sleep most of the time, so I don't even get to spend time with him when I get.
Since she is raising her child alone without Mr. Duran's assistance, Ms. Foster says things have been difficult. Ms. Foster finds the scenario even more upsetting because she says they were in a committed relationship and their intimate encounter that resulted in the baby was not a one-night stand. Additionally, if the results of the DNA test are positive, Mr. Duran should inform everyone about the brand of condoms he purchased with his money so that any guy attempting to protect himself from SUI transmitted diseases or a baby should avoid coming into contact with it. In summary, Mr. Duran did not spend his money on his said baby, but rather on condoms.
Duran, I mean, the numbers don't lie. Without your contribution, this young woman she's sinking financially trying to take care of this child.
I understand that she is.
And you admit you have not participated financially to this point.
Yes, and the reason because every time we had sex, I used condoms.
And that is not true. And I have proof of that
actually
not being true.
And that's why you're saying, Mr. Duran, the court should not order a paternity test. There's no need because you say you used a condom every single.
Although everyone is aware that a pregnancy may only be conceived once, Ms. Foster did consent to Mr. Duran wearing condoms occasionally. But Mr. Duran's skepticism seemed to stem solely from the other man Ms. Foster claimed to be her buddy.
Okay, I'm pregnant.
And even if that is the case,
sure. If it's not the case, we did use condoms sometimes. Not all the time, not 100% of the time. No, that's not true. Me and Ian broke up. After that, he wanted to talk. He called me to a restaurant. We sat down and we talked for him. He just kept eyeing my phone. So when he was eyeing my phone, he took it, he ran in the bathroom with it, read some text messages that were between me and a guy that
saw a picture.
We were talking on social media. We were on a break. Me and Ian were not together. He was someone who was comforting me at the time. It was not anything. We never had sex or anything like that.
Mr. Duran may have legitimate concerns, but he cannot simply rule him out given that he too had unprotected private meetings with Ms. Foster.
So this is what you believe is the conception night when you all had the makeup sex, pretty much.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you did not use protection?
No.
Do you remember that night, Mr. Duran?
Not quite. I do not remember remember the night, but I do remember buying condoms.
Once more, we hear about Mr. Durden buying condoms, but does he actually use them? Since that is the most crucial aspect. Mr. Durden spent all of his savings on them, but according to Ms. Foster, the cosmetic S was once more unprotected. According to Ms. Foster, the other man was only there to support her when things between her and Mr. Durden soured.
The child was not here. Tears or no tears. It's just like nobody forced you to do anything. You signed it because you wanted to.
The reason I come to the hospital because I wanted to try to be a man.
When Mr. Durden finally acknowledged that condoms are not completely safe, Ms. Foster noted that we are at the 2% because we actually are. Additionally, Mr. Durden discussed his desire to be a man and his desire to avoid embarrassing Ms. Foster. Well, according to Ms. Foster, he departed when he was a young lad.
Convinced her to name the child after you, and you signed the birth certificate. I'm trying to give you the opportunity to prove to me why it is absolutely unnecessary for me to order a test. But the more you testify, the more obvious it is to me that a test is needed.
Ouch. Yes, exactly. That test is necessary since it appears that Mr. Durden is merely attempting to avoid being identified as the baby's father by claiming that he received a call from someone who claimed to have seen Ms. Foster flirting with someone else. All right, Mr. Durden, let us move on to the DNA test results and put the high school romance out of our minds for the time being.
Durden, you are the father.
Can I say something, please?
What would you like to say, ma'am?
I don't think that I'm gonna be able to get over the hurt. I'm overjoyed, that he knows now, that it's true. You are the father, but it's just like, what are you gonna do different?
Only around 5% of people find their soulmates in high school and maintain the romance until they are elderly and gray. The other 95%, teenage infatuation is initially endearing, but it quickly turns demanding and destructive, and some of these connections end in broken relationships and unintended pregnancies.
You and your mother say you are tired of the defendant's denial. He's the biological father of your 6-month-old son, and once the DNA results prove your claim, you demand to be reimbursed for Baby Lyric's child care expenses. Is that correct?
After the results of the DNA test confirmed that Mr. Houston is the biological father of her kid, Ms. Jones wants him to make amends and provide for the child's physical and financial needs. In the opposing stand, Mr. Houston and his mother assert that Ms. Jones is merely envious of his new relationship because she is aware that he is not her child's real father.
Boyfriend and girlfriend?
Yes, we were boyfriend and girlfriend.
In high school?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Houston, do you think for yourself?
No.
You don't. Who thinks for you?
Yes, you do, honey.
Who thinks for you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I do.
You do?
Yes, my son thinks for himself.
Well, before his brain cells taught Mr. Houston that he thinks for himself, he had to hear his mother whispering that to him. Well, that is concerning, but based on the events, it appears that his mother thinks for him. Ms. Jones claims that she ended her relationship with Mr. Houston a week prior to prom. However, Mr. Houston's mother interrupts, stating that the breakup occurred a few days prior. Oh, and there is also the accusation of cheating.
Hold on, one at a time.
So once the phone would go off, my daughter would just ignore it. Well, all of a sudden she came to me and she said, Mama, you wouldn't believe what came across Miss Jones's phone. And I was like, what? She said, look, and a gentleman said, did you have a good time last night?
The accusation of adultery was emphasized by Mr. Houston's mother, who said her daughter showed her inappropriate communication she had seen. Perhaps Mr. Houston's mother thought that was inappropriate, but the text message might have had a different context. But Ms. Jones categorically denies such kind of communication ever made it onto her phone.
Were you dating anyone else?
No, I was with him. I was faithful to him.
So you broke up around prom, the time right before prom?
A week before prom.
When did you find out you were pregnant?
I found out June 3rd that I was pregnant. And then once I scheduled the date for my actual appointment to see how far along I was a whole month pregnant.
After 8 months, did Mrs. Jones reveal she was pregnant? It makes sense not to reveal it right away, but wait until the 8th month. When she went into labor, she might as well have called. Although she seemed to enjoy being heavily involved in her son's life, Mr. Houston's mother chooses to distance herself from him once he became pregnant. That is really practical.
Yeah, she didn't tell me until she found out she was pregnant.
Yes, Your Honor, that's how it happened. All of a sudden the phone call came.
Yeah.
Because these
Yeah, so I just psychologically
And you 18
and
years
he
old
dating her.
with 2 girls pregnant at the same time.
At the same time.
Well, if you would have known the first one, maybe he wouldn't have did the second.
Did Mr. Houston conceive another girl? At 18. In addition, Mr. Houston's mother continues to point the finger at everyone but her son. Oh, I see. Although it is plausible to assume that Mr. Houston lacks self-awareness, given that his mother is the one exchanging words with Ms. Jones, he is at least capable of performing reproductive acts independently. That is reasonable.
Asked for DNA multiple times, more than 3 times, because I already knew that me telling them at 8 months that I was pregnant, I already knew it was probably gonna be like some denial, so I offered the DNA.
Although Mr. Houston's mother may have strayed since then, she has a point when she says that Ms. Jones kept the knowledge to herself for 8 months. Additionally, Ms. Jones claims she is unaware of the specific occurrence, despite another accusation that the boss of her workplace told on her.
Is this the dude that dated Nakisha? And I said, yeah, that's him. It was like, the dude told me, and that's over there stalking, and he pointed him out to me and was like that. He told him that he was the father of her child.
How was I even supposed to cheat or anything when I was with him the whole time?
No,
when did I ever have time to cheat?
Another guy might be Ms. Jones's child's biological father, according to testimony given to the manager by Mr. Houston's current girlfriend, who was already one of the mothers of his child. According to Ms. Jones, that was not feasible because she was either working or with him the entire time. Ms. Jones, anything can happen at work, but let us believe what she says.
As to why babies don't need to have babies.
Yes, ma'am, you're right.
True.
I mean, it's just playing out.
That's true.
It's like you all are a living PSA. No, really. For everyone to see, this is just so sad. And it's just so disrespectful on so many levels.
Yes, exactly. Infants should not have children. Mr. Houston got 2 girls pregnant despite his inability to defend himself or speak with confidence. He does not even have a job, which exacerbates the situation, and his mother is always speaking for him. Let us move on to the outcome. Enough of this circus of teenagers and young parents.
Determined by this court, Mr. Houston, you are the father.
Boom!
Some men do not agree with that reasoning and would rather wait to sign the birth certificate until a DNA test confirms their paternity, but others are willing to sign birth certificates even if they are unsure if they are the child's biological father.
You claim when the DNA results prove he is the father, you want the defendant's name added to her birth certificate, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Although Ms. Sauces thinks Mr. Payne is the biological father of her child, she is aware that his mother is preventing him from making the best choice for her and her child, and she is eager for them to realize that she has been correct. Mr. Payne claims that Ms. Sauces has been cunning ever since they started dating and that he will not sign a birth certificate until the results of a DNA test establish his paternity.
So jealous and insecure about himself. Like, everywhere I go, he think I'm doing something. If I go to the store, I gotta be back in a certain time. Like, he's just crazy.
He honest, she lying. She been out there, Facebook messages.
You guys, they're both jealous. They're both jealous.
Of course I'm jealous. You were my boyfriend for like almost 3 years.
Mr. Payne is not even disputing Mrs. S' assertion that he is a jealous man. Rather, he has embraced it. Additionally, Mr. Payne's mother is depicted on the side, claiming that the 2 of them are envious lovers. Sauces, Mr. Payne, you only need to do it once, in any case.
We started talking. She went to the movies with some other guy. Facebook messages telling her ex she love him, this, and that.
But the next day you did something with another girl and you was just telling your ex you loved her, so what's the difference?
You lying. You lying in court.
In her testimony, Mr. Payne's mother seems to be fairly stating that these 2 are constantly attempting to gain points when it is totally unneeded and that they both own their guilt. After hearing someone say something similar in the grocery store, Mr. Payne's mother is also correct to demand a DNA test to confirm whether those are her grandchildren.
What happened during the pregnancy?
There was a time when someone came up to me in a supermarket and Ms. Sauces and Mr. Payne, my son knows about this. A lady comes up to me and she goes, yeah, well, you're right to want a DNA test because she moves around. This lady,
It is perplexing because Ms. Sauces wants Mr. Payne to support her but continues to push him away. Ms. Sauces claims that she has always been self-reliant, which may have contributed to her unintentional rejection of her purported baby daddy. Because it is difficult to vanish when you live in the same complex, as Mr. Payne and his mother stated.
Your time.
I've been doing this for so long by myself. It's like, I'm just fed up.
She didn't have to be alone. She chose to. That was on her.
Who was there for me?
She chose to. Me?
Okay.
Wait. Mr. Payne says you didn't have to be alone. Why did you choose to do this by yourself?
Because I've been independent for so long, for so many years by myself. I was used to it, so it was like.
Given that she was also a teenage mother, Mr. Payne's mother has a better relationship with her son. It appears that Mr. Payne's mother is not content to be entangled in their tumultuous relationship. The arguments and back and forth that Mr. Payne and Ms. Sauces are currently engaging in court will not end.
We close. We used to be really close. She was always around me. If she needed me, I was there. It's the back and forth between them, the breaking up, the doing things to hurt each other. I just don't want to be bothered. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad that she's alone. I let her know that if the paternity tests come up that this is ours, I'm gonna be there. She won't be by herself, but I told her when she got pregnant and you told me, I told you.
All right, Ms. Sauces is correct that she does not want Mr. Payne to be constantly in and out of her child's life, but he claims she is to blame because she would not even provide him full access. Now that things are getting hot, we have to cope with these two fighting over a stroller's hue.
Months you've been raising her on your own.
Not on my own. Like, yeah, he comes in and, like I said, he comes in and out. I don't like that. If you're gonna stay out, stay out. If you're gonna come in, come in. Like, if she knows your dad, stay in. Like,
if I ask you if you need help and you want me to be there and you tell me no, what more can I do?
All right, but when
both sides have such little understanding, despite the fact that there is a lot to unload in this circumstance. This is a complex situation. Mr. Payne claims that after witnessing Ms. Sauces at a party with a man, he has his concerns. Ms. Sauces claims that during the interval, she did not have any romantic relationships. All right, let us see who is being truthful.
Do you know or have proof that she actually had sex with someone else?
I seen her at a party with a dude, and that was a couple weeks before we got back together. That's the last thing I could say.
During the breakup, were you having sex during the breakup?
No, we don't talk to each other until we decide we miss each other. Then that's it. Then that's when we have.
A DNA test should be required right after birth because women who claim one man is the baby's father, then later change their minds and say another man is the baby's biological father. These ladies always believe that they may argue about the paternity of their child as if it were a ball to toss in the backyard. In this instance, hopefully, Ms. Narvaez is speaking the truth.
You are the father.
Thank you.
I'm happy. Now I'm happy. Now I could be happy. All right.
Ms. Narvaez wants Mr. Hicks to quit deluding himself because she says her lover, whom she had cheated on Mr. Hicks with during their marriage, is unquestionably the biological father of her child. Mr. Hicks wants the child to be his because he has bonded and connected with the child.
Hello. You have brought your ex-wife to court and requested a paternity test to prove that you are indeed the biological father of her baby. Is it Yazeline? Yazeline. Beautiful.
Since Ms. Narvaez believes the baby cannot have arisen from Mr. Hicks's reproductive stem, she must take a biology lesson. Standing on her tiptoes, Ms. Narvaez asserts that the child is not Mr. Hicks. Even though Mr. Hicks was kicked out of her home, he refused to let her kick him out of the child's life as well.
The court, how you were deceived.
How I was deceived is that she said that the baby was mine. I believe that the baby is mine because the baby was made while we were married. And you try to say that baby isn't ours, I don't believe.
Well, it is starting to become a little serious. Mr. Hicks is sharing their private, amorous sessions, which may have resulted in the child's conception with the entire court. In order to demonstrate his certainty that the child is his, Mr. Hicks is even using dates and months to support his claims. Mr. Hicks currently has a firm grip on the matter, but Ms. Narvaez is on the opposing side, attempting to bring her new lover into the mix.
She was pregnant. She said that the baby was yours because when she got pregnant, it was on Valentine's Day. We were having sex consecutively in our 2-bedroom apartment. So you talking about it didn't happen, but yet on Valentine's Day, you saying that you didn't sleep with me, but yes, you did. We were doing it all in the shower all the time.
What? While carrying a child for another man? Pop the question. Ms. Narvaez is obviously at fault in this situation, so she really needs to take a back seat and quit acting rudely. Ms. Narvaez is still yapping about Mr. Hicks not being macho enough to pop the question to her after tricking him into thinking she was expecting his child. There is a problem.
You married Mr. Hicks?
I was pregnant, Your Honor.
You knew or you didn't know that that was not his baby?
I knew the baby's not his.
And
I lost in contact with Daniel.
She lost
so
contact.
I stayed
I want to
there.
hear who proposed to who?
I proposed to him, Your Honor, because he couldn't man up and do it himself.
While you were pregnant?
While I was pregnant,
Your Honor.
With a baby that you knew was another man.
Since the dad was still able to support the family, playing video games should not be illegal, Ms. Narvaez. But alright, Ms. Narvaez asserts that although there was a brief period of sincerity in their connection, Mr. Hicks did not appear to notice.
That she was having my kids because we were together at that time. She's sitting up over there, she had my son, little Robert, you know what I'm saying?
And because she told you.
And she told me it was my kid, you know what I'm saying? She never told me she was creeping around. She never said nothing like that. Honestly.
How did you not notice? You were so stuck in the damn TV playing video games that you didn't notice that?
She's trying to say video games, this
Ms.
and that.
Navarez, let me ask you
Come on
something.
now.
When I look at this picture, I see a couple that looks relatively happy. Were you happy there?
At
were
that
you
time,
pretending?
I was, Your Honor.
You were happy
I
then.
was at that
So
time.
there was a time when you met Mr.
When I
Hicks.
just stopped.
The way Mr. Hicks responded was spot on. Mr. Hicks responds that he would not, since it would only demonstrate that she is not for keeps, despite Ms. Narvaez's claim that he would appear foolish if the results were negative. Okay. Although skin color may be a major factor in identifying a baby's father, black dads have occasionally been identified as the biological father of white children. Ms. Narvaez, genetics can be very complex.
Looks like me as when they were young. You let somebody
Nothing.
that try to say that it's not mine, that was obviously cheating and lying from the beginning. What makes you tell the truth now, huh? I mean, like you said,
Because that's my baby. Why would I lie about her?
Because the baby looked like me when she was a baby.
No, she doesn't.
Look at the nose.
Look at the
Look at the
nose.
nose. Look at the curly
She looks like
hair.
her dad.
The only thing that's the resemblance is she is light-skinned. That is it.
Everyone is blazing hot. The connection between Ms. Narvaez and Mr. Hicks's sister appears to be tense. The topping on the cake and her involvement in the relationship both annoyed Ms. Narvaez. According to Mr. Osorio, he does not think he is the father. Rather, he is aware that he is the child's biological father. But Mr. Hicks is laughing mockingly in response. That is a lot, huh?
Nothing to do with the relationship. They put Daniel in, Your Honor.
There.
She has, okay, but it's your relationship. Girl, and it's your relationship, not hers.
You didn't say that when ooh, girl.
Yeah,
you
I didn't say that when.
You didn't say that when I was manning up at the house before you brought this guy up over here who doesn't have no job.
Ms. Hicks, I need you to sit down. And Mr. Osorio, I need you to stand. Was there anything she was hiding from you when she met you?
No, ma'am.
So everything about her life
she told me she didn't have no sexual contact with him. She wasn't living with him. Even her mom told me she wasn't living with him.
She was
You know what I'm
lying.
saying?
So when you met Ms. Navarez, you knew she was a married woman, but she just was not living with her husband. That's what you heard.
That's what she
you
told
were
me.
told.
Yeah.
Baby was not yours.
Oh, no, I did not. Not one time. She came to my father's house and told me that the baby wasn't mine. I said, we're gonna have to get a DNA test to prove that, because I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Despite their loudness, there are some lessons to be learned from them. According to Mr. Hicks, he did not voluntarily end the baby's life. In order to provide room for her new partner, Ms. Narvaez removed him. These individuals are unable to communicate without interrupting one another. Perhaps it is time to close the case. Will Ms. Narvaez have been correct all along, or will genetics be playing its cunning game? Let us investigate.
Mrs. Navarez, and in regards to 2-year-old Yazelyn Hicks and whether Robert Hicks is the father, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Hicks, you are not her father.